Black people are obsessed with white people.
Grand rising kings and queens from Africa and across the ocean. Come back to the channel, family. I hope you are doing great. I hope you are doing amazing. Thank you so much for the support. I love you so much. Today, I need to address something. There's been a video, I've come across it from online, of a biracial man, half black, half Asian. This man, he is saying this, that black people are so obsessed with white people. He went ahead and gave the reason why he thinks so. I understand that, and I respect each and everyone reaction. I respect each and everyone view. But obsessed with white people, black people, nah. I think he's wrong on my side. So I'm about to break this down because the truth is, it is the other way around. I believe white people are the one who are obsessed with black people, and even they have come out and speak about it. We have facts.
White people are obsessed with black people. Two things. Number one, the demographic that is the most afraid of the specific demographic that I'm talking about, they're the only demographic that will go up to the danger because they hate it so bad. Does that even make sense to you? Second thing, the demographic that wants the most attention is the most afraid to be seen. Meaning, when a white person is driving and they notice a black person is across from them and they are afraid to make a turn, left or right, they are afraid that the black person is perceiving them and sees them as an idiot, which 9 times out of 10 they are. But at the end of the day, it always rings true. White people are absolutely obsessed with black people.
Okay, my white brothers and sisters, they've come out and talk about it, how they are obsessed with black people and why. But we will never cease to react on this view of this man. I think we will respect his views and we're gonna react on it. But before we do that, we need to listen what he's saying.
Black people are obsessed with white people. I don't think the black community is ready to have this conversation, but I'm gonna say what I gotta say anyway. And TikTok will probably do what TikTok normally does and silence videos that are critical of the black community. Clearly, I'm biracial. I've been biracial for 41 years. Black father, Arab mother. For those who want to be technical, Arabs are classified as Caucasians. You can say white mother. Even though to a white person, my mother will be classified as a sand N-word, even though she has the same skin tone as white people. And until she opens her mouth, you wouldn't tell that she's nothing else. That's why I make the distinction that my mother is Arab, because she is. I've been biracial for 41 years. And in those 41 years, it's been nonstop. When it comes to black people trying to categorize me and put me in a box that makes them feel comfortable, they always say these things. White people will see you as black. The one drop rule, made by white people. You're just black. White cops will see you as black. Their whole concept of race and how I should identify as a biracial person is based around how they think white people think. It seems that everything black people in America do, they base it around how white people think. They think more about white people than they do about black people. I could be talking about a book I wrote, or a movie I watched, or the weather outside. And without fail, a black person, 9 times out of 10 it's a black man, will jump into my comment section and call me a anti-mixed race slur, or say something about me being biracial, because they're obsessed with race and white people. Me, I don't give a damn about how white people see me. It's like I don't give a damn about how black people see me. That doesn't change who I am or my genetics. When I look in the mirror, I don't see a black man. I don't see an Arab man. I don't see a white man. I see an extremely handsome, older biracial man staring back at me. And the black community is the only group of people that does this. You don't see other biracial people going into black people's comments and calling them anti-black slurs or trying to debunk their identity. Even though a lot of black people are confused racially, some think they're the original natives, which is, to me, is mind-boggling. Some think they're the original Vikings and samurais and everything else but black. You don't see white people coming into biracial people's comment sections and telling us you ain't white enough, you're not a real white person, you're a pretend white person. I don't see Hispanic people coming into my comment section, and I'm half Arab, I'm part of the Arab community. Arabs don't come to me and tell me, oh, you ain't a real Arab person. My interaction with Arabs are like this. I walk into a halal meat store or an Arab store in general. They stare at me real hard for a minute because I look Arab. but also look like I'm something else, trying to figure out what I am. Then finally they approach me and say, "Oh, salam alaikum. Where are you from, brother?" I tell them that my father is black, my mother is Arab. They smile broadly, give me a big hug, ask me if I want to sit down and have some chai tea with them. Then ask me if I speak Arabic, ask me if I've been to my mother's country. It's a whole different vibe, a whole different feeling of being accepted once they know I'm half of them. With the black community, it's just, you ain't black enough. Oh, that's your Arab side or your white side doing that. Or they say, like Dr. Umar has said, that we're a virus created by the white man to destroy the black community, when 9 times out of 10, it's black men creating us, not white men. Stop obsessing over race. Stop obsessing over white people and biracial people, and just live your lives. I'm proud to be half black. I'm proud to come from that struggle and that strength. I'm also proud to be half Arab. I'm proud to come from that amazing Arab culture. That's why I claim both. I don't hate half of who I am just to appease the black community. I love all of me, which is black and Arab. It's not us that's the problem. It's
Here go black people being easily oppressed again with that carnival shit. A white man get on here and start singing Keith Sweat, and y'all say he need a free pass to carnival cruises. Mark, you hating. You goddamn right I'm hating, because he don't even sound good singing it. I wanna tease you. I wanna play you. Remember when that white girl sung a Little Baby song and Little Baby gave her $25,000? How many of you black people got Little Baby downloaded on your phone and sang him right now? Did he send you any damn money? But that's the thing. Black people, we cannot enjoy ourselves around a bunch of white people, or we gonna look weird, or we gonna look like, a sellout. And me, myself, I stop myself from dancing around white people because I go to nothing but white events. But you think I'm finna be acting like the dude from, Center? I'd have been to Sam Hunt concerts. I'd have been to parties singing white girl song. I ain't go viral. I ain't famous. Ain't nobody saying Hillary Duff needs to come meet me.
Yeah, so this weekend I went to an event, and it was for the whole weekend. So it was Saturday and Sunday. It was an all-day event. And while I was there, like, I noticed something that was kind of odd. Like, just about every single black man that I saw with their significant other, they were with a white woman. And then I saw at least one gay couple, and it was a black man with a white man. And it just made me think about a lot of things that I've discussed on TikTok and on YouTube, where I've been critical of, people that interracially date, in particular women. And it just made me just think about, the fact that you have these educated, highly successful black men that are choosing to be with white women. And it just makes me ask this question. I have a question for you all, and I want to know, why do you think that is? Why do you think so many black men are just infatuated and captivated by white women? In these particular situations, as you all know, the men are the pursuers. And a lot of times, for a lot of black men, we're not in environments where everyone around us is predominantly white. A lot of times these successful black men find themselves bypassing black women to be with these white women. So I'm interested in hearing from you all. What do you think about this phenomenon? Do you think it's real? Why do you think that's the case? Why do you think so many successful men feel the need to pursue white women over their own black women? And what do you think black women's response should be? There are a lot of people that are highly critical of black women that decide to date out. And a lot of times, these women that decide to date out have done so, after facing a situation where there's so many successful black men that are dating out. So I want to hear from y'all. What do y'all think about those questions? I'm really interested in hearing your response.
Welcome back. You have heard the video and another videos. Black people are obsessed with white people. Black men are obsessed with white women. Black athletes are obsessed with white women. We have come across this. But let's ask ourselves, first of all, where does this idea come from? Because Maybe he has a point. To me, I give it benefit of doubt. Maybe he has a point because some people believe that, because you have heard even some black people talking about that. But we need to get into reality. Let us not use emotions to react. Let's get into reality. Okay? But why are certain people so quick to say that black people are obsessed with white people? Usually, I think it's because they hear black people talking about racism, inequality, white supremacy, and they twist that it's meaning to the meaning of that we are obsessed. Because we usually talk about racism. That means black people usually complain about race, inequality, white supremacy. And these are issues that are affecting day to day of black people. And we cannot cease to talk about that. But talking about racism, inequality, white supremacy does not mean that we are obsessed to white people. Talking about oppression, it is not obsession. I wish to repeat that. Talking about oppression, it is not obsession. When a person talk about the system that has been holding them back, when black people talk about the system that is holding us back, we are not obsessed. And they are aware. That is called survival. We are trying to survive within the system that is oppressing us every day, you know? Because I never hear Jewish people being called obsessed with the Nazis. You know, I don't hear Asian Americans being told that they are obsessed with America. I don't hear that. And suddenly, when black people speak the truth, when black people call out, we are being told we are obsessed. We are being told we are playing victim. We are being told we just complain about race and everything. But we are speaking of something that have been happening 400 years ago. 400 years of oppression. We are trying to break that, so we need to speak about it. Let me tell you the truth today as a Kenyan beast. If we really want to talk about obsession, then we need to go back to the history. Who is really obsessed with the other one? Who was obsessed with going to Africa, kidnapping millions of people, enslaving people, shipping them across oceans, and making them build entire nations for free? Who was that? Was that black people obsessed with whites, or was white people obsessed with free black labor? We need to go back to the history. Don't ever raise a complaint or a comment without knowing the real history, because issues about race and culture and everything depends on history. Something that's affecting people right now, for example, the immigration policy, it goes back way to the history. Okay? Another example, who was obsessed with studying black people's bodies? Who? And they literally created fake sciences like phrenology to prove that black people were inferior. They were obsessed with the idea that we were biologically different, but also secretly superior. Remember Sarah Baartman, the South African woman paraded around Europe like a circus attraction because of her body. Is that not obsessed? I'm just giving you an example of how it's not that black people are obsessed with white people. It is the other way around. White Europeans literally paid money to stare at black bodies. Is that not obsession? White people pay money just to come and stare at Maasais, the culture of Maasai people. I was in Masai Mara just the other day. A lot of white people are coming from Masai Mara, where there's a lot of Maasai. White people are just paying money to come and stare and look at Maasais. What do we call that? Personally, I call it obsession. We as black people did not go to Europe to study the white people. They came to us, okay? White people were so obsessed with controlling blackness that they made the entire laws to say if you have one drop of black blood, you are black. And that's why as a biracial, they'll paint you black. They will not say you are Arab. They'll say you are black. If you get half white, half black, they will say you are black. And that's not obsession. That's not obsession. Let me tell you. That is fear disguised as obsession. So white people are obsession. Personally, I see it like not obsession. It is just fear disguised as obsession. Now, I will continue by saying this. In today's generation, like nowadays, in 2025, I will ask you this question. Who invented jazz? Who invented blues? Rock and roll? Hip-hop? R&B? Reggae? Afrobeat? Who? Black folks did that. But who profit of this the most? White folks do that. And How many times have we seen that white artists steal from black artists? How many times? I can give you an example. Like, how many times have we seen white artists steal from black people culture, using black people culture? Elvis Presley was termed the king of rock, but he got his whole style from black people. Kim Kardashian, you know her, building $1 billion brand of the features that black women natural have. We have been having TikTok trends. Let's not forget that. I cannot forget about that. TikTok dances, the dances that trends, you know. But go on TikTok right now. Black people start almost every viral dance. Black creators create this viral dance. But who gets the money and the recognition? They are white creators, okay? So, with those examples, tell me again, who is obsessed with who? From everything, from our culture, from the music culture, fashion culture, and everything. Who is obsessed with who? Let's talk about business-wise. Economics. Do you know how many products are marked or are marketed using black culture? I did my research. From sneakers to slang, companies know they can't sell to the world unless they tap into black culture. That's reality. Black people in America alone have over 1.6 trillion in spending power. Black people alone. And that's why I always tell black people, if you come to Africa and spend as you spend in America, that means that Africa as the continent will move forward very, very fast. And the reason why white people always watch us is because of our spending power. When black people make something hot, white corporation come running, like Adidas, name it. They stay lacking on black Twitter, tapping on black Twitter to see what is the next big thing gonna be. Okay? They watch what we eat. They watch what we wear. They watch what we say. They watch our move. And that's why when black people go silent, it's a threat to the system. I always say that. And you know the funny part? They steal our culture, but they don't want to give us credit or power. They want our creativity, but not our voices. That is obsession mixed with exploitation. And that is the reality. So I'm just out here creating this video, it's for educational purposes only. I'm not condemning my white people, my white brothers and sisters. I'm just answering, giving my reaction to this man who is half Asian, half black, that it is not that black people are obsessed, but white people are the one who have obsessed. When you talk about another obsession, I'll talk about, sorry to say, but it's sexual obsession if I'm not wrong, you know? I cannot cease to talk about that. I see it online. I see it everywhere. From the early days of slavery, white people have been obsessed with black bodies sexually. That is the reality. Slave owners were having their, forcing into black women. So you understand that. I don't want to go down deep into that, but even today, how many times have we seen white people online talking about chocolate men or thick black women? How many? They are talking like we are desserts in the menu. So they are obsessed too with the black bodies, and that has been going on for centuries. Hollywood does it too. Black women either get hypersexual or completely erased in the media. It is something we need to talk as a human being. It is happening. Even some white people, I heard them talking about it, and that is not love. That is fetish. They fetishize us. It's not love. Let's go into politics. Why do you think they created entire policies to stop black people from voting? Why do you think they have been suppressing votes of black people? Why do you think the FBI launched COINTELPRO to destroy black liberation groups? It is because they are obsessed with black power. And they know very well when black people take power, the shift will be hard on them because they already know that they can never be at the below. The system knows it's only black people who can take the tail. So that is because they are terrified of what happens if black people organize, unite, and realize their true strength. That is why every time black people rise, they send in controlled opposition, sabotage the movement, and start campaigns to discredit black leaders. And I'll give an example of Ibrahim Traore. He has rise and is giving the system tension, and that's why they are trying so hard to oppress him. They're trying so hard to discredit him because they want him to be seen as, and I'll say that thing, it's not just obsession. It is fear mixed with obsession. And that is very bad. We as black people, we don't sit around studying them. We don't. We only talk of the things that have been happening to us 400 years ago. We only talk about the racism. We only talk about the inequalities. We only talk about the wage gap. We only talk about the educational disparities. We only talk about the immigration policies because it is affecting us. Talking on something that is affecting us, it is not obsession. When I wake up and say white people have done this, white system, white supremacy, it's not obsession. It is survival mode. You know? It is. When I go to the media, the white media, just go online, turn on your TV and watch. How many times are black people blamed for African problems or for American problems? How many times are black people mentioned or blamed for American problems? They talk about black folk first, even though more white people are on welfare. I don't know if you are getting something. When they talk about crime, they show black faces, even though more white people are on crime. There's a high number of white people who are criminals. Crime has no color. Anyone can be criminal. Black person, white person, Asian, Latino, anyone can be a criminal. So we as black people, we don't wake up every day thinking about white people, but they sit down, they wake up, they think about us. They think how we will never take charge. They think how we will never take power. They think of how we will never come on top. This is their daily routine. It is. They think about how they're going to take Africa, how they're going to colonize again, how they silence African leaders. So we have all seen this. But why are some people like this biracial man trying to flip it on black people? Why are some Latinos, some Asian people trying to flip it on black people? Why are some Africans trying to flip it on black people or black Americans, saying things like black Americans, we are lazy, we don't work, we always complain? Why? It's called projection. It is the same tactics racists use when they say black people are the real racists. It's the same deal. It is because they don't want to deal with the problem, with the guilty, and they want to flip it back to be seen that we as black people, we are the one guilty. They don't want to admit that we have been always the center of the attention. Some do admit, some white people come out and they admit that black people are the real deal. But some, they do not want to admit, like the system itself. They don't want to admit, you know. Black people, we are always neutral, and that's why we are in everyone want us, you know. Everyone want to vibe with us. Everyone want to use our culture. Everyone want to align themselves with the black people, but they don't love us. They want to associate with what we have, our culture, our music, our food, our everything, our sympathy. That's what they want from us, okay? So I will leave this with you. We as black people, we are not obsessed with white people. We are just exposing white supremacy. We are just trying to bring better policies for people. We are not trying to be them. We have always been us, and we have always been enough. And that's why when you see right now, black people have gone silent. Who is talking? Who is calling out black people? Who is asking where are black people? Everyone is out here threatened, scared, asking why are black people so silent? And black people have been carrying this world on our backs for decades, for centuries, and that is the truth, and everyone knows it. The only thing they fear more than our success is realizing that we don't owe them anything, not our attention, not our energy. We don't owe anybody nothing. We got everything that we want. So we don't study them, they study us. That's what we need to know. So if you love this video and if you think I have the right commentary, I've get it right, tell me in the comment section. But at the end of the day, I'll always say, black people, we need to unite. We have everything. Until next episode, peace out.